Hi everyone, Jessie Bear Builds here and welcome back to another build video. In today's video we are going to be doing part 4 of the Every Townhouse is a Different Occult series. So in the previous 3 videos that we did, we have already created townhouses for vampires, mermaids and werewolves, and in today's video we are going to be doing a townhouse for aliens. So this one's going to be a little bit different, but we will jump straight in and get started. As you can see, we're back in Twin Oracle Point, and these are the previous townhouses that we created for vampires, mermaids and werewolves, and here we have our shell for today's video. So as you can see, I've sort of tried to keep it like a spacey theme and things like that, and I've already placed a few items. So out the front here I've got like almost a generator, like it's kind of extracting whatever that mysterious substance is from the ground there, so I thought that was quite cool extra to put in. I got that from the debug. So I'm just going to add some more debug items here, do some terrain painting out the front, and then we'll add this get to work letterbox here, which looks very futuristic. And then I'm going to use some of the new rocks here from the game events that we had recently, and I'm just going to pop some of these at the front just to sort of separate the space a little bit. We'll add some of this base game greenery just around as well, and then we'll pop some in there, and then we'll use some of these trees here. These are a personal favorite of mine. They kind of just go with every build. And then for the painting of the outside, so I think we're going to go for this metal here from Eco Lifestyle or Eco Living, and then we'll just color in these here. These are just some of the like wall art I think from Batu, so I've used those to sort of decorate the exterior. And then we will change up the fences as well. So I think I prefer these ones from Get to Work. I just feel like they look a little bit more mysterious and industrial, like do not come over here. And I'm just going to drag the roof along by holding the shift key, I think it is, just to sort of create like a balcony area at the top there. And then we'll use these windows here from Discover University. And then just changing over to nighttime, I think I'm going to change the railings up a little bit, and also the fencing as well along the back, just to sort of add some light, brighten it up, make it look a bit more futuristic. And then that is the front area sorted. So we're going to move inside. Here we have a sort of floor plan already that I've kind of worked out. We've got the kitchen, we've got like the hallway, entryway area there. We're going to start on the kitchen. So we'll pop one of these fridges in here. I think they're from Spa Day, and also the counters as well. A microwave over there, and then here we will just use this space game oven as well. I just feel like it's quite, like the color scheme and things like that look futuristic. And then I'm going to change up the walls, but I think I'm going to change my mind quite a few times with the walls here. And then we'll pop some of these Spa Day countertops as well, or cabinets, sorry. And I've just put a double sink in here because I really like how that looks with like the Batu wall art that we've got there. It kind of looks like the pipes are like coming out of the sink and things. I'm just going to straighten it up and make sure it's in the center here. I don't know why. There's going to be a lot of that of like layering and things in this video because I feel like I tried to get a bit creative with it. So we'll put the cooker hood up there, and then we'll use some of these chairs and that table there from Batu as well. And then I'm just going to add a window here just to sort of brighten up that wall. And I've been using these glass panes here. They're not, I think they're just artwork, but I feel like they look quite cool and futuristic over the windows. And again, with these are the dome of something from Batu. I am just going to pop some of those outside the door and clutter up the kitchen a little bit here. Just size down some random items, just anything that looks kind of futuristic or something that would be in like an alien house. I'm just going to pop that in there. And then I'm going to size up these plants here from Get to Work, and actually I'm just going to slot them inside these domes outside the door here, just to sort of create like giant plant illusion, like everything's not quite as it seems, it's a bit different. And I also think that they look really cool in there. So we're just going to slot another one on the other side here, and then maybe one of these plants in here from Island Living, and then we'll move the nano can forward there. That's just a base game item, but again it just looks really futuristic, so it's the perfect bin for this one. And then we'll just decorate the dining area here. We'll pop some plants on the wall, and I think a giant clock as well will definitely suit that space. And then finally I'm going to change the walls again, so I'm going to use this Discover University one because I quite like the lines and things on that. I think this is for an exterior, but I think it definitely suits this build. And finally we'll pop some washing up stuff on the side and move on to the hallway. So in this corner here I'm going to sort of add some crates and things like that, and I'm going to section them off behind some of these dividers, because this is going to be like maybe the area where they store all their stolen stuff or stuff that they're like transporting across the universe. I don't know. Just a random thought that I had when I wanted to fill the space, and I feel like it suits like the Star Wars theme and things like that. So we'll just pop in some gold clutter items here, just any random things that look like they could be worth something. And then we'll pop some weapons as well on the wall up behind here, so some extra storage. And then of course we will add one of the CCTV cameras to make sure that nobody steals them. And again, we'll use the Discover University wallpaper and carry on the same flooring as well. And then I'm just going to pop some of these, I think they're like electricity boxes, but I feel like they look like lockers or like some sort of like funky storage items. So I'm just going to pop some of these under the stairs there just to fill that gap. And then we'll use one of these resistant storage lockers and just sort of pop that one in there as well to fill that space. And then one of these rugs here, I think this is from Seasons, I can't remember, but we'll pop that one down. And then we will use one of these lights as well. I've added quite a lot of greenery to this build just because I feel like it definitely just kind of adds to the build a little bit, so it's not just all grey and metal and like futuristic. I've tried to sort of bring in a bit of like the earthiness to it as well. Maybe they've been sent here to examine the new crater in the ground. I'm just going to go on to the gallery as well and have a look for space art. So as you can see, there's loads of really cool artwork and things that people have put on, and you can use these for the base game as well. But I think what I'm looking for today is something like this. So I'm going to put this down actually into my lot, which is the all crystal and space art, and I'm just going to pop it in the corner, and then I can sort of go back to it and grab some things that I need, so I don't have to keep like filtering through debug just because I don't have organized debug on. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here that will be useful in this build. So I'm going to start by taking some of the artwork and just popping it on the wall once I finish being sidetracked by these funky looking plants as well. And there you can see some of our artwork as well that I've just taken from that room, and I'm just going to sort of play around with some bookshelves and do my entryway. This is what we have for the entryway at the moment. I've sort of added some lockers there. I've got some like metal boxes for shoe racks. I thought that was a good touch. Just some neon lighting, some alien pictures. I kind of made my own bench as well using a Batu seating and also a city living bench as well there, just for like a different shape. So moving on to the living room, I'm going to start with this area on the end here, and this is going to be a office area. So we've got like the alien desk here. I'm just going to pop that in the middle and just sort of put those back to back. We'll use the moon lanterns here from Werewolves, some more of these chairs from Batu, and then here I feel like this bookshelf's a bit big, so I'm just going to size it down and I'm going to pop it in the corner there. And then I'm also going to go back to the room that we downloaded from the gallery and just sort of plop some random items on here, maybe some green ones to match the vibe of the computers and stuff. We'll light up this box here as well, and then I'm going to go for like a stone wallpaper in here just to sort of make this room like kind of zen. This is like where they come to chill out and relax and do their work and things like that. So I want to have a sort of round couch here to kind of make it look a bit like a spaceship or something like that. We'll pop a big TV on the wall, we'll bring that down, and then I'm going to fill this whole wall here with ivy as well. I just feel like this looks really cool, and like I said, this is like the zen room. This is the one room that they can sort of like chill out in, and it's full of plants and dim lighting. And then we'll use some of these businesses and hobbies vases here. Just going to change the size of them and sort of layer them up next to each other because I feel like they look like a funky shape. And we'll put a cow plant on the desk here, and then we'll use one of these aliens in a jar and just put that on a side table in the corner, and then just one of these bookshelves here to fill the space behind the sofa just as you walk in, and another one of these artwork pieces on the walls, just straighten that up a little bit. We'll go for another one of these big domes here with the giant plant in. We'll light up this room using these from Get to Work. I feel like they're kind of industrial, but they look like they do suit the vibe, so we'll put those in there. And this is our finished living area slash alien office space, and I feel like this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the house. So coming upstairs, we've got the bedroom area here. We've got like the hallway there leading to the little terrace that we've got on the top, and then we're going to have a bathroom as well, complete with a droid station here with some storage as well for the droids. I am going to pop in some of these lights here from Get to Work. I feel like they're very funky, and then I'm just going to take some like random items and kind of just build some fun stuff in here. So I'm taking these big gold things, I don't know what they are, but I'm going to use those later, maybe build a wardrobe. And then I'm just going to pop in some crates and things at the end of the sleeping pods here. So it's almost like they're not here for a long time, or maybe they've like ended up being here longer than possible because of the mission and all the interesting space rocks that they have to collect that are leaking in the front garden. I don't know. It's just a bit of story building there. And then yeah, we'll just pop these here at the end of the sleeping pods, and we will change the colors on those. This is the makeshift wardrobe that I'm going to create. So I'm going to use these here from Horse Ranch, and just to try something a bit different, I'm going to sort of squish them all together. I'll pop some weapons and things on the top here, put one on top of this one and one on the other side as well. So we'll pop like some metal rugs down, and then we'll pop some nice fluffy rugs under the sleeping pods so they're nice and comfy, because it is a bedroom after all. So I'm just gonna copy and paste the rug of poetic justice here and just pop them under the sleeping pods. And then we're going to add some more plants into this room. So I'm sort of going for like a nice orange and gold theme in here, just to sort of make it a bit different from the rest of the house. So we'll pop one of the batu plants here, and then maybe another one as well next to the sleeping pods, just there. And then I'm going to size up one of these wall art pieces here from batu and just again slot that in behind the wardrobes here. I feel like in my head that's starting to look like a giant robot with like 2 eyes on the top. I don't know, it looks cool, so I kept it. And then I'm just going to add some more windows as well, just because there's a big empty space on this side wall here. And again, we'll just use the glass tapestries and pop those over there. And then we'll use the batu sofa here, just a couple to add a bit of seating to the room. It's the same one that I used in the hallway downstairs as well. And then some more of the artwork that we downloaded from the gallery, and another one of our giant dome plants as well, just as you enter the room. We'll make that orange also. And that is our alien bedroom, or sleeping pod room, or crash room. And then over here we're going to start working on our hallway. So I'm just going to size down another one of these resistant storage units here and just sort of pop it under the stairs to fill that space, and that slots in nicely there. And then I'm going to size up another one of these power generators and try my best to get that stuck on the back wall there, and then I'll put the little one just next to it as well on the wall, just to again fill the space, and I feel like it looks really futuristic. And then we'll use another batu door up here to go into the bathroom. Obviously I wanted a bit of privacy on that one, so instead of using the big archway that we had, I thought I'd use one of those. So we've got some more artwork up there. I'm going to use one of these from Eco Living and just change the color on that one just to make it look a bit more worn down. Maybe it's like parts of their spaceship or something and they've turned it into some artwork. And then just some more plants as well, just to keep with the rest of the theme of the house. I feel like that's the theme in most of the houses that I build, is that I just have to add plants to everything. So just pop some more in here just to make sure that I am consistent. And then finally, the last room in the house, we're going to move on to the bathroom. So I've changed up the swatches and things on the floor and added a rug, and I'm just going to light it up a little bit. So we've got a bath in the corner. We'll go for this shower here from Get Famous. We'll add the spa day counters again for a nice big sink. We'll pop some of these spa day mirrors in with the lights around the outside. I feel like that definitely suits the theme. We'll change up the colors here. I really want to add one of these giant frogs in here from Batu, so I feel like the bathroom is the perfect place for that. So they've got to have a pet. And then just move the sinks over, maybe put the leaves inside his cage, I guess, inside his tank. I feel like he would definitely enjoy being in the bathroom because it's really humid in there, and maybe he needs it to be nice temperature. Who knows? And then we'll just add some clutter. We'll pop the Authority from Base Game just here next to the bath, change up the color of that one. And then again, some more of our artwork from the gallery. We'll size up this shelf of plants here just to fill the space above the bath there. And then another plant just for good measure at the end here. And I think that is our finished bathroom, and that's the upstairs of our alien townhouse. For the reveal, this is how it looks in the afternoon. I feel like it looks very futuristic and definitely fits the theme that I was going for, but I definitely love it the most at nighttime. So I'm going to show off all these rooms at night. We'll go in through the door here, and then we've got our entryway, which is very futuristic. It's kind of retro future as well, which I kind of like about that. And then we'll come along the hallway here, have a look at the entryway from the other side, and then through to possibly my favorite room is our office slash living area. So we've got the alien workspace over here, and then we've got the living area just at the front here with a massive TV and a really funky sofa, and then we've got the downstairs hallway here, complete with all the stolen / goods that they are transporting. And then we've got our kitchen here with the funky sink and a little dining area. And then coming back through into the hallway, you can sort of see down there towards the entryway again. We're moving upstairs, and this is our like droid storage room, like where they keep the robots and things like that to help them out. And this is our sleeping pod bedroom, complete with a massive open glass roof looking at the stars, which is just perfect and totally on theme. And then we will move through the bedroom here and back through the hallway into our bathroom. The giant frog, which I love. I think he's just so cool. Yeah, and this is our bathroom there is supposed to be a bath in the corner, but we'll just ignore that and pretend that it's there. And finally, for the last room of the house, we've got our little terrace area upstairs, complete with a rocket building setup, the weather machine, and that's the rest of the townhouses. I feel like that one was definitely an interesting build. I've only ever sort of done one futuristic build in the past, and that was one of my previous videos, which was a Fantastic Four build where I turned an apartment into like a retro futuristic apartment. But this one was like a whole other level, and I actually really enjoyed this one. This townhouse series is definitely one of my favorite things that I've done in The Sims so far. So if you've enjoyed this one, do check out the other ones that we've done. I'll link my previous one at the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to Jessie Bear Builds. It would mean a lot to me as a new YouTuber. Leave a comment down below if there's any other builds that you want to see me do or challenges that you want to see me try. And I've been Jessie Bear Builds, and I will see you in the next one.